Today I'm going to show you how to install one of these, show you why no one else would take on this job, my customer found me on YouTube, show you how I even got a cable here, and walk you through how to connect a Zappy to the internet with just 2 pairs of Cat 5. It's going to be a big day today. I've got to get my cable from this detached garage here all the way to this house here through an existing DUCT which has a 2.5mm SWA in it. Before I pull this one out and pull my 10mm in, I want to see if I can get my cable down and see if I've got any blockages and get a rough idea on how long the cable run is. Not the best start. This ain't having it. I'm not messing around with this. We're going to disconnect this cable and see if we can pull it through. Oh God. I think sometimes in life you just got to go for it. I've got a little bit of movement on this, so I'm going for it. This is 10mm EV Ultra that I'm using to feed the garage today. So let me explain what we're doing today. This is a brand new house, literally still a building site. I've got a 2.5mm SWA feeding this garage, which just has a couple of sockets and lights. Not enough for an EV charger. So what I'm going to do is pull in a 10mm EV Ultra to feed a new garage consumer unit I'm putting in. And then we're installing a white tethered Zappy. They also have solar and they want a hardwired internet connection. There is no way I'm getting Wi-Fi out here. And they might be having battery storage in the future. So with the EV Ultra cable, with the Cat 5, I'm going to need 1 pair for the load curtailment, another pair for the solar, another pair to keep free for the battery, which means I don't have enough for the hardwired internet connection. So I'm pulling in a separate data also, if all goes well. And it looks like I've got one of those rolls of tape that just tears apart. So what I'm going to do with these cores is I'm going to bend them over like that and make like a little loop, tape them up, and then I'm going to feed the cores from this through this, tape it all up, and hopefully my cable won't come off. And my customer has very kindly agreed to help me pull this through, because I work on my own and doing this sort of thing is an absolute nightmare. And I've also given him the option for me to pull in a rope for him, which he has declined. I'm taking note of all those things that were left on the last video that I made when I was doing exactly the same job. So improvements will be made today. And if you haven't seen that job, that original disaster, I'll leave a link in the description. And just so you can see before I tape it up, that is what I'm doing. There's a loop there. I've got the CPC looped through there, wrapped around like that. That's good like that. I'm going to tape this up like you wouldn't believe and hope for the best. So this now looks like this. The coat is coming off for this one. Here we go. God, I'm stuck. Oh. Let's see what's going on. I'm going to give it a bit of a snap, all right? So just watch your hands.
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't get it on video, but we enlisted some of the ground workers who has helped get this cable through. However, a sacrifice has been made. We've lost the Cat 5. So the cable came off at the last bit of the pull and it just completely snapped. So change of plan. So what I'm going to do instead is the Cat 5 in the EV Ultra. I'm going to use 1 pair for the solar, another pair for the load curtailment, forget about the battery, and use 2 pairs for the internet, which I think you can do. I haven't done it before. And I think you connect it into 1, 2, 3 and 6 on the RJ45. But I've not done this before, so we'll see how that goes. I'm installing a fuse box consumer unit here just for the garage supply, and I'm loving these 100 amp Proteus terminal blocks. I've had my YouTube inquiry for the day. Right. It's always the same, they're always in London.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, it's a right pain. So you may have noticed that the old garage supply is coming off the existing consumer unit, which is a split load board. My customer used to be a Spark himself, and he has specifically requested a separate DB for the garage, and that is why I'm doing it. Why isn't he doing it himself? Because he can't certify it. And just like that, this end was now done, ready for testing. I just want to take this opportunity to thank my customer for letting me film this today. Also had a surprise visit from Mark from BG and Vince from Rexall's, who kindly gave me a new consumer unit to try out, so expect to see this in the near future. This Cat 5 is not coming back out, so I'm just going to chop it off and forget about it, because I need this for inside. I've installed some trunking from here to next door, and that's where the router is. So, and that's just to keep this installation of the Cat 5 nice and tidy. So, and this is going to join on to the EV Ultra, and hopefully I can get it to work. Sorry, I turned the power off again. I lost your radio.
Oh, that's okay. Do you want it back on?
Yeah, if you wouldn't mind. So that is all my CT connections done. I've got the dynamic load management CT connected up. I have installed here a CT around the solar supply, so that'll pick that up. And then I've got my Cat 5, which is going next door to the router. The two spare pairs that I've got connected up to the Cat 5 that goes to the garage. So it looks a bit of a mess, but it's all there, hopefully. I've also got my EV Ultra cable prepared this end. I'm going to leave it like that so I can test it. I'm going to put this one, this is the load curtailment. This is going to go around the meter tails after the isolator before the Henley blocks. So that is going to go that way. And then I've got a little bit of slack, and I'll just put a tie wrap around that. Just like that. So it's time to move outside, I think, and get cracking on that consumer unit. Time is running away with itself. It is like early afternoon now, nearly 2 o'clock. And I've got the consumer unit to change, charger to install, test everything, try and get it connected to the internet. So let's get cracking. I am installing today a 6-way fuse box consumer unit in here. There's only 2 ways on the old board. We've got the additional EV circuit, and then I've got a couple of spare ways for anything else that he wants. And because we run that 10mm cable, we've got a bit of extra capacity for that. That's a bit blunt. The brick splintered and went straight from my eyes. That is why you wear glasses. The first thing I'm doing today is removing the template. I'm using the Marksman here just to mark up my holes, drill them out and carry on with the unboxing. Here we have a little pack full of fixings, a CT clamp, and this is the bracket which goes on the back of the charger, which keeps the cable nice and tidy. 4 small screws, and that is the back bit done. Poke out the holes where I'm going to put my fixings through and take off the front cover. Don't forget to unclip the ribbon. I'm going rear entry on this charger, so drill out a 25mm hole and put in that stuffing gland. Invert it though, that way the charger will sit flush against the wall. It's starting to drizzle a little bit, so I'm getting out the van canopy. This is so quick to chuck up, and for the time it takes, you just have a nice dry work area. I'm going to get on with this testing now. It's getting dark and I want to get these garage lights back on. Okay, basically I've skipped a lot of stuff because I thought I'd just save it for the juicy stuff. All the CT connections and the internet. You've seen me do installs before. If you haven't, go back, check out my channel, loads of them. So I'll show you what we've done here, work our way all the way around, and what I'm going to do here, you're either going to cringe or you're going to be like, go on boy, you got it. Let's see. So this is my 6mm EV Ultra that comes from the garage consumer unit. Here I've got the brown and the brown white in CT1, the green and the green white in CT2. That is going all the way back to the consumer unit for the low curtailment and the solar. Now what I found online is that you need to use ports 1, 2, 3 and 6 The colours here are not correct, but it doesn't matter as long as it's the same at the other end. So that's what I've done here. So I'm going to crimp this up. And hopefully that's right. And then that gets connected into this RJ45 connector here. So I'm going to do that and just put this cover on loosely while I see if I can get it to work. So I'll just leave that like that for a minute. And then here I basically have a jungle of Wagos and a 2 Cat5s connected up. So I've got continuity from here all the way through to the house. And now we'll just get tucked away in there, like so. And then in this little cupboard, here is my Cat5, which goes to the consumer unit next door. So I don't need the brown and I don't need the green. So I'm going to cut them off so I don't get confused. So I'm using orange in 1, orange white in 2, blue in 3 and blue and white in 6. Okay, I think I've got it. Let's plug it in. If this goes well, I'm going to be so happy. Let's fire up. Oh my God, look. Let me get you off here. Ethernet connected to the internet, plus to confirm. Down, oh my God, it's working. Is it working? Nothing's happening. I'm going to give it a minute and let you know. It's downloading the latest firmware. I am super pleased with that. I've learned something new today. Hopefully you do too. So basically you need 2 pairs for the internet. You need, and to use ports 1, 2, 3 and 6. Don't worry about the colours being right. As long as they're right at both ends, you're all good. That is brilliant. The other thing I'll show you quickly is how to set up the CT in the menu for the solar, if that made any sense. What you do is go into menu. Oh, it's a bit wobbly. There we go. Go down to other settings, then go down to advanced. Go down to CT config. CT1 is grid, CT2, select that, select, and then scroll down to generation only. Job done. It's showing no generation at the minute, and that's because of this. And that is that one done. Subscribe to my channel.